Hey, what's going on, guys? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today I got my hands on a Target exclusive Oregon Trail handheld console. So I got lucky enough to grab one from my local Target. They only had one left. If you're interested in picking one of these up, I'll leave a link to a website called BrickSeek. You can put in the UPC code, then your area code, and see if any of your local Targets have them in stock. They're $24.99, and in my opinion, it's well worth 25 bucks. They're going on eBay right now for 50 to 70, depending on the seller, if you want to buy one second hand. But here it is. So as you might notice in the background, I have a lot of handheld consoles. This isn't even half of them here. The table's a lot bigger than this. But I gotta say that this Oregon Trail handheld is my favorite one now. It is beautiful. I love the styling of it. It only has one game, Oregon Trail, but that's the only game you'll ever need. Now this brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. That's the reason I love it so much. When I was in school, this was one of the two games we could play. Oregon Trail and some kind of math frog game. I forget what it was called. It had some frog and you had to do math. Always played Oregon Trail though. Super fun times. So here we go. I definitely want to open this thing up and see if we can mod it out. I would like to put a Raspberry Pi inside of one of these, but I will not do it to this one here. I contacted my wife. She's at work. She's going to stop by 2 other Targets near her job. Hopefully she can pick me up another one so I can throw a Raspberry Pi Zero inside of it. More than likely, it's going to take a lot of modification to get a Raspberry Pi inside of here up and running. It's not going to be as easy as unplugging the keys in the screen and plugging them into the Pi. I need a screen that fits. I already have a bunch of Raspberry Pi Zeros. I will get this done as long as I can get another one. But I don't want to do it to this one because this is the only one I own. If I have to order one on eBay for 50 bucks, I'll go ahead and bite the bullet and do it. I'm going to fast forward through here. I'm just going to put in a few random characters for my family member names. I'm going to see how quickly I can get everybody to bite the dust. All we'll need for this journey is one of each. We're going to get 100 pounds of food, 1 oxen, 1 set of clothes, and 1 bullet. We're going to hit the trail, partners. So I really love this little handheld. The screen looks really good for being such a small screen. It's either 2.5 or 2.8 inches. And I'm surprised. The viewing angles are great on this little tiny screen. It's only been 11 days and one of my family members has dysentery already. Looking pretty good. I don't want to drown the family, so we're going to float across this. It is 3 feet deep. Usually 3.5 you should float. So we made it across safely. Now I think it's time to tear this thing apart and see what's inside of it. First up, I did want to get one of these guys out of here. We'll just keep moving a little bit. Day 17 on this long journey. And on day 19, we had our first family member go. Let's go ahead and pull the back off this thing and see what's inside. So there's pretty much 5 screws on here. We're going to take the battery compartment off, pull the batteries out, and then there's 4 screws on each side. The back should pop right off as long as there's not a screw underneath one of these batteries. And there's some decent batteries. They're GPs. Now I just need to remove the other 4 screws. The back should just pop right off. Make sure I'm not missing any screws just to be safe. Yeah. Real simple design inside of here. We have one PCB up top that contains everything. The game is loaded on a chip on this PCB. The screen is connected to the front side of here. All the controller wires are labeled. Here's the button board here. So we should be able to connect these buttons over GPIO on a Raspberry Pi Zero. There's a reset button here. I didn't even notice this. There's a little hole there. Everything's labeled fairly well in here. All of these controller wires are labeled on the PCB themselves, so as long as I make a little chart, it shouldn't be a problem. I will need to find a screen. Now 2.5 or 2.8, even if I get a 2.8 and I need to downscale it inside of RetroPie or Raspbian, whatever I run, should be fine. But right now all I have is a 3.5 HDMI screen. I probably could use this actually. It would fit in here, but I don't want it to cut that much out of here, so I don't mind ordering a smaller screen. So I think the Raspberry Pi W0 would be perfect in here, but if you wanted to add a Pi 3, you definitely could fit it in here. I'm going to grab a Pi 0W real quick. This one has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in. You can place this pretty much anywhere inside of here. Now, depending on what type of screen I order, I might need to put it right up where the original PCB is. iUniker does sell a 2.8-inch screen for the Raspberry Pi Zero, and I think that's what I'm going to be ordering. They're about $22 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in trying it out too. So as long as my wife can get a hold of one more of these, I will be doing a video in the next few days. If I have to order one on eBay, it's going to take a little longer than that because I got to get it shipped. But even unmodded in its stock form, this is one of my favorite handhelds now. That's why I want to keep one original. If I can get a hold of another one, I will do a modification to it and add a Raspberry Pi Zero. If you're interested in picking one up, I'm going to leave a link in the description to BrickSeek. You cannot find these on Target's website. You have to go to their store. BrickSeek will allow you to search their inventory. Now, I have run into a problem with them before where it says it's in stock, and when I get there, they just sold the last one. So you got to be careful about that. But it's well worth $25. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you could, hit that like button and subscribe. And like always, thanks for watching.